Bella is my name. She is a very cute puppy. We begin the film by looking at the world through Bella's eyes. You've definitely heard the expression fighting like cats and dogs, but you might be surprised to learn that it does not apply here. Bella spent her early years in an abandoned building, surrounded by dogs and cats. So the cats weren't her adversaries. Even though the dogs and cats were not causing any harm, they were considered members of her family. 2 animal control agents stormed the house one day. They apprehended and removed every member of Bella's dog family. Bella was completely alone in a matter of minutes. Bella, on the other hand, had more than just a dog family. She also has a cat family, and one of the cats rescued Bella from the hands of the animal control authorities. Lucas and Olivia are 2 animal enthusiasts who go out of their way to visit the neighborhood's stray cats and dogs. Despite the fact that humans had destroyed Bella's family, Lucas was different. Every day, he went to the demolished building to feed the homeless cats. Bella dashed out the door to meet them on this particular day. Lucas and Olivia were instantly smitten by the pleasant and vivacious Bella. Lucas even brought Bella home with him so she could entertain his mother while he was at school. Bella did a wonderful job of consoling Lucas's mother when she was upset. Bella adored Lucas and her new home when she was a puppy. To her, everything was a game. Lucas was a good owner, and she played all day. Lucas was never angry with her, even when she misbehaved. Bella grew in the blink of an eye, but she was as joyful today as she had been when she was a child. Lucas discovered a letter pinned on their front door one day. The landlord was on his way to inspect the property. Because dogs were not permitted in their home, Lucas and his mother were forced to hide Bella at the Veterans Association. Bella thought this was a new game, but not a really enjoyable one. Bella, who was alone in a storage cupboard, began to bark for Lucas to return. People could hear barking through the ceiling from all across the building. Instead of evicting Bella, one of the employees invited her to the group therapy session as a special guest. Bella used her extraordinary abilities to calm the veterans throughout the rehabilitation session. All of the warriors fell in love with her right away and devised clever ways to keep her hidden from the doctor. Fortunately, everyone there loved dogs and wasn't afraid to breach a few regulations. Bella, of course, thought this was a fantastic game. While on a walk with Bella, Lucas and Olivia noticed Bella's former house was being demolished. The cats were in danger, but the property owner didn't give a damn about them. Lucas and Olivia quickly halted the demolition, which infuriated the property owner. Sometimes doing the right thing has disastrous repercussions. An animal control officer arrived at their door that night, threatening to take Bella away since she was dangerous. This isn't a coincidence. Lucas taught Bella the game Go Home in an attempt to save her, so she could get home by herself. When a cheeky squirrel began mocking Bella from the window one day, she instinctively pursued. Bella was eventually located on the street by Lucas, but animal control was not far behind. It had already been too late. Lucas was forced to let the animal control officer to take Bella to the pound. Bella was not the only dog at the shelter. She tried everything she could to bring Lucas back, but nothing worked. Lucas returned for her the next morning. Despite the fact that he was there to take her home, the animal control officer issued a strong warning about what would happen if Bella was captured again. This was inhumane. Lucas had no alternative but to give Bella to Olivia's relatives who lived outside of town. The animal control officer was, as expected, working for the immoral property owner. However, Lucas's mother intimidated him into allowing Bella to leave the city. Lucas and Bella exchanged emotional farewells. Naturally, Bella had no idea why she was traveling so far away, or why Lucas wasn't accompanying her. Was it because she didn't participate in the game? Did she go home when he instructed her to? Olivia's family members were nice folks. They entertained Bella and fed her. Bella attempted to enjoy her new surroundings, but it wasn't the same. They weren't her relatives. Bella, who was missing Lucas, took advantage of the chance to jump over the fence and rush back home. But it's a long journey. How was she going to find her way back on her own? Bella persisted despite the odds being stacked against her. Bella had never actually been on her own before, so it was only natural that she struggled to survive in the wilderness. Bella, hungry and fatigued, tried to hunt in the jungle, but her prey escaped. Bella eventually arrived in a new town. She discovered a new pack there. She had a good time with her new pals, who showed her all the best places to eat. It was much easier to get food from kind-hearted folks than it was to chase bunnies. But when night fell, Bella had a sobering discovery about her new acquaintances. She could have stayed and started a new family, but she chose to hit the road again. Bella scented blood one day and traced it down to a mountain lion that had been murdered by hunters. Bella discovered a mountain lion cub who was all alone nearby. She was reminded of her own cat family. Bella took in the cub and fed her and kept her warm at night. They traveled through the wilderness together. Bella was astute. She had discovered that she needed to obtain nourishment from people in order to survive. This was more difficult at times than others. The youngster quickly grew to be the same size as Bella. Bella adored her cub and would go to any length to protect her, including battling other animals. Fortunately, 3 3 men chased the coyotes away. The cub mistakenly scared the males away just as Bella was ready to be reunited with Lucas. Bella and the cub continued their voyage, playing new games and experiencing new things. Bella and the dogs barking were overjoyed to find another dog after such a long time. 2 skiers adopted Bella and the new dog while the dog's owner was in the hospital. Her new existence was not all horrible. Every day, she was heated and stuffed. One day, the 2 men returned Bella and her new pal to their owner. Although the dog was delighted to see his owner, the owner was a cruel old man who had no regard for his canine. The cruel old man deserved to lose his dog. Fortunately, after the man disowned his dog, the 2 skiers took him in. Bella was relieved that her pal had found a loving new home. She knew her true home was somewhere else, so she fled once more. Bella was adopted by an old guy when she arrived in a new town. Despite having nothing but the clothes on his back, this old man made sure Bella was never hungry. The old man adored Bella and was terrified that she would abandon him. But, in the end, it was the old guy who abandoned Bella, shackled and unable to flee. His feelings for her genuinely harmed her. Bella became dehydrated and hungry after the old guy died. No one came to find her no matter how long she waited. She had almost given up hope when 2 children appeared out of nowhere. Bella was freed from her shackles, and she returned to her search for Lucas. Coyotes began stalking her again in the wild. Even though Bella raced as fast as she could, she eventually found herself encircled by a band of hungry coyotes. But Bella never gave up hope. Instead, she went first. But what could she do with so many foes? When it appeared that all hope was lost, a mountain lion jumped into the fray. That's correct. This mountain lion's cub was Bella's, except it wasn't any longer a cub. It had all matured. There was yet hope if Bella could discover just one member of her family. She could also find Lucas. Bella was overjoyed to present Lucas to her new family and fantasized about their future together. Unfortunately, the mountain lion realized she couldn't return to Bella, and Bella realized she belonged with Lucas. They parted ways for the last time. Despite their painful decision, Bella arrived to a bustling road after leaving the woodland. She could only run across the road because she was only a dog. Bella, as expected, caused a traffic collision. She made it through, but just when we believed she'd make it to the other side of the road, Bella was too close to stop. With her damaged paw, she just kept limping back home. She was finally back in front of Lucas' house after 2 long years. However, after running inside, she discovered that this was not her childhood house, and the folks who presently lived there were not her relatives. Bella was perplexed. Where had Lucas gone? What happened to Mom? Where were the people she cared about? Whoever lived in the house today had no idea what a wonderful dog Bella was. As expected, they dialed the number for animal control. Officer immediately recognized Bella. Bella was astute. She fled through the window and headed to the other location where Lucas may be. Bella limped to the Veterans Association and on her last hope. Some things had altered since Bella's departure, according to the Veterans Association. There were even more dogs to assist the veterans now. However, this did not imply that the people had forgotten about Bella. In reality, Bella's former friends were overjoyed to see her again and welcomed her home. More significantly, she found Lucas. A squadron of police cars in front of the Veterans Association cut short their euphoric reunion. If they took Bella in, the animal control officer had phoned for backup. Fortunately, none of the veterans were willing to give up Bella. They all stood up for her, helping her in the same way she had helped them. And just when it appeared that all hope had been gone, Bella was spared on a technicality. Despite the fact that the city of Denver did not permit 1109 pit bulls, the Veterans Association was federal property. There was no jurisdiction for animal control there. The film concludes with Bella returning home to be with the people she loves. Lucas and Olivia had not forgotten her. They even retained her favorite blanket and played her favorite game with her. It was a lovely and emotional finale. Bella's journey back home took her almost 2 years, but she never forgot the people she loved.